We've done in-depth testing with the Evo 4G LTE, the HTC One X, and the HTC One S. Now it's time for the baby in the relationship. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and the HTC One V was announced at the same time at Mobile World Congress, and it's coming now to US Cellular for $129.99 with a 2-year agreement. Now, spec-wise, not as spec-heavy as the HTC One X or the Evo 4G LTE, but what it does have is a 1 GHz S3 processor, a 3.7-inch display, and a design that's very similar to the HTC Legend and HTC Hero, those devices that made HTC as famous as they are today. Let's take a look in the unboxing, but first, some love to Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with phones like this for use in our One Paul Bandit giveaway game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile to get any phone, you're not going to deal with rebates, waiting 8 to 10 weeks, paperwork. I hate paperwork. I have a bunch on my desk right now that I don't really want to do, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for not doing it, but that's okay because I hate paperwork. At Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out without dealing with any rebates or any paperwork when it comes to rebates. Let's take a look now. HTC One V. Is this the ultimate device to get on US Cellular? And as always, special thanks to them for hooking us up with a review unit. We'll find out starting right now. We've toyed around with the HTC One X, the HTC One S, but here's what I like to call the baby of the relationship. You like that? The baby. The HTC One V. This is another device of HTC's One series. It's available now at US Cellular for $129.99 with a 2-year agreement. And spec-wise, it's not quite as spec-heavy as the One X and the One S, but still a great smartphone. It's very reminiscent of the HTC Legend in terms of design and look and feel, and like I said, it's available now at US Cellular. Bye-bye! I'm just going to keep saying that throughout the video. HTC One V featuring Beats Audio. Just to give you a quick recap of the specs in case you've forgotten since Mobile World Congress, it's packing a 1 GHz Snapdragon S3 processor. It's got 4 GB of internal storage, 512 megabytes of RAM, 3.7-inch display with 480 by 800 pixels. It is a Super LCD. And then over here, let's see, 5 megapixel camera, 720p HD video recording, micro SD card slot, and then that's basically it. Android 4.0 on this with HTC Sense version 4. So you're getting the latest edition of HTC Sense. You're getting a newer edition of Android as well with Ice Cream Sandwich. So you're getting kind of the software goodies of the devices, the other devices, the One X and the One S, but you're not quite getting the power. But for people that want a good device that's relatively powerful, that's relatively inexpensive, and easy to fit in the pocket, this should be a good device for them. Battery-wise, you're packing a 1,500 milliamp hour non-removable battery, but with the 3.7-inch display, it should be relatively easy to make it through the day. Safety and regulatory guide, Google Play information, US Cellular again, and then HTC One V quick guide, MEID stuff, and then of course the typical HTC stuff that we always get, the AC adapter module in their cornstarch bags, which apparently I can't open very well, and then a micro USB charging cable, which still, I'm having some issues here, is right there. So typical HTC stuff, nothing new there, although this, you'll notice that the US Cellular version comes in kind of its own box. It's very similar to the unlocked HTC devices. The One X, remember when I reviewed the quad-core One X, it came in a box very similar to this. So it's cool to see US Cellular maintain that packaging. Let's take a look at the One V. Let's see if the sticker peels off. Ooh, listen to that. Ooh! Ooh, doggies. That's really good. 3.7-inch display again. And like I said, very reminiscent of the HTC Legend here. It's got that hump at the bottom, that telltale hump. Got your 5 megapixel camera on the back. Really nice design. Beautiful aluminum. You got 3 buttons here, your recent applications, your home button, and your back button, and your micro USB charging port over here. 3.5mm headphone jack up top with a power button. Now this is coming to some prepaid carriers in the US as well, but again, it pops on pretty quickly here since it's already been powered on. Special thanks to US Cellular, by the way, for hooking us up with a review unit. Very kind of them to do so. So here it is. It's starting up right now, and you can see typical HTC look and feel here, very similar to HTC Sense 4, and then Android 4.0 on the One X, the Evo 4G LTE, the One S, etc. Out of the gate, you probably get some US Cellular stuff. Yep, and you do. Amazon, Amazon Kindle, Amazon MP3, lots of Amazon stuff. Audible, Amazon App Store, Android games. You get daily perks with US Cellular. You get Dropbox, City ID. Then over here you get mobile TV with US Cellular. You get SoundHound, TuneIn Radio, Uno, a lot of stuff pre-installed. Zappos, and then your Navigator, which is US Cellular's variant of Telenav. And then, of course, menu structure very similar here. No real differences there. And you'll see, obviously, none of us are actually in US Cellular coverage areas. So it is roaming right now. So take the coverage things with a grain of salt all throughout this review, but still a really nice device that's coming to US Cellular. Let's take a look too, because 3.7-inch display, we haven't worked with one of these in a while on an Android device, and coming from the HTC Droid Incredible 4G LTE, one of my comments was, it's a small display to type on. Let's see how it is here. Fox is happy to be in office on Wednesday. And so for whatever reason, a smaller display here, 3.7 inches here as opposed to 4 inches on the HTC Droid Incredible 4G LTE. That said, and very similar in terms of specs, actually the Incredible 4G LTE is a little bit beefier in terms of specs thanks to the S4 processor that's running at 1.2 gigahertz, but still very easy to use here despite being 3.7 inches, which makes it interesting to me. I'm like, I wonder how much of your keyboard experience is based on the ergonomics of the actual device. Maybe it's because this one fits better in the hand that it's easier to type on despite being 3.7 inches. I don't know. That's a philosophical question for another day, my friends. But outside of that, like I said, all the US Cellular stuff you see comes pre-installed. Let's see if we can uninstall some of this stuff in the menu. Again, very similar here. We turn Wi-Fi off. Very similar here to all the Sense 4 stuff we've seen. Maybe a little bit of lag there from time to time, but still the same transition effects and same kind of cool things like that, which I love doing in HTC Sense devices throughout the day. And then personalize, I did notice you do get HTC Hub and HTC Sense access. So I can go into Skin, for example, and you'll notice it'll give me the option to get more up here. I can go to HTC Hub and snag some more skins through their store, which of course those are free. So that's a nice feature as well. Applications, let's go in here, apps, and see if these are able to be uninstalled. Let's take a look. I doubt it because they're not in the downloaded applications, but well, you never know, we'll see. Amazon MP3, or as I like to call it, MIP3, disable. Actually, I really don't call it MIP3, I just made that up on the spot on the video. I can't lie to you guys. You guys are my friends. And let's see here, daily perks. So it looks like most of the US Cellular stuff and then the Amazon stuff that's come pre-installed. You can, of course, disable it, but you can't uninstall it, which is a minor pet peeve of mine. Otherwise, a nice pocketable device that despite having a 1 gigahertz single core, I wonder why that's not working. Feature, that's right, it is disabled on the One V. I remember that being the one odd thing, if I remember right, that's disabled on the One V. Missing some of those key features that some of the higher end devices have. Much more coverage to come on the HTC One V. All in all, though, pretty impressive. Love the design. Very reminiscent of the HTC Legend and the Hero and some of the older devices in HTC's lineup. So it pays homage to all of those devices that made HTC as famous as they are today. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage, dogfights, reviews, first impressions, and more. Not in that order because that would be weird, but you'll get those on PhoneDog.com, so stay tuned. If you like this phone, be sure to cast your vote in PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings, PhoneDog.com/rankings. Cast your vote for your favorite phone, leave a review, let us know which device you love and why you love it as much as you do. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Hit me up on Twitter as well. If you bought this device from US Cellular, or maybe you have it unlocked, let me know at PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter. And before I sign off, show you this as well. Micro SD card slot down there at the bottom. But unfortunately, the 1500 milliamp hour battery is non-removable. PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter. Hit me up. Would always love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, we'll see you next time.